Hello, welcome. I'm Allison Miller. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're ready to hurry up and relax with me. Let's do a practice today that's all about connecting with the energy of the heart. So I'm picking this today because it's pretty hot in Minnesota, and I feel as though I've been a little bit more caught up in the solar energy of doing, this whole kind of driving and achieving kind of an energy that gets kind of high when the sun is high. But depending on your body type, you might always sort of have this energy of doing and have a little bit harder time slowing down and connecting within and being. So today's practice is about this slowing down, connecting within, finding that energy of the heart and letting it sort of guide us to a little bit more love and compassion in our thoughts and feelings and emotions as well. So kind of a beautiful, beautiful way to connect with the heart here today. Let's take and just get some props ready. If you don't already have a couple of yoga blocks or something that would just lift the floor up a little bit closer to you, if you don't own yoga blocks, is fine. And then just a little something to sit on, a meditation cushion, blanket, or just a couch throw pillow works great. So grab what you need and come on back and join me. We are going to start in a comfortable seat with your bottom propped up on the meditation cushion or pillow. And we're going to start with a mudra today. So a mudra is something we do with our hands, and it works along the meridians of the body. So the one we're working with today is the Apanavayu mudra, and it works along the heart meridian. So what you're going to do is fold the index finger in and bring the thumb kind of slightly over the top of it. Keep the thumb out enough that the middle and ring finger can connect into the thumb. And then the pinky stays out long. We're going to do this with both hands. So the thumb over that second finger, over the pointer finger, pinky's out long, and you'll just rest both hands then on your thighs. And you'll take a moment to really get grounded here in your seat. So start to feel your sit bones into the cushion. Perhaps notice the length of the spine here. You might kind of feel if you're slightly slouching, if you could be sitting up a little bit taller in your seat. Either closing the eyes or gazing right down the tip of the nose. Just going to lightly hold this mudra. So try to notice if your grip is just getting really tight, and see if you can lighten the grip of the mudra up a bit, but still maintain that shape of the hands. Feel the breath here moving in through the floor of the nasal passages, and let the breath just slide back out through the nose. Starting to tune into that inner world, noticing just all the thoughts that might still be sort of racing through the mind of other things that are calling your attention today. Just give yourself permission to put those things down. Put this energy of doing aside for just a short amount of time and connect with this energy of being. We're going to reclaim some of this peace and calm, some of this loving kindness that we find around the energy of the heart. A few more moments here with our mudra. This mudra is all about sort of freeing up any stickiness, any stuck energy around the heart, just letting that wind around the heart flow more freely. Removing any of the vikritis or imbalances around the heart space. All right, let's release the hands, release the mudra. Maybe just wiggle the fingers a little and then let the hands rest softly. Bring the hands gently together at the heart, palms to touch. Taking a moment just to set an intention for this practice today. Maybe you've noticed a place where you need to soften, a certain relationship or area of your life where there's more doing and you'd like to bring in more being, more presence. All right, release the hands on an inhale. Draw the hands all the way up, and if they'll touch at the top here, let them touch. If they don't quite touch, just reach them up high as much as you can here. And now with each breath, I want you to find just a little bit more space in the ribs, a little bit more stretch in the underarms with each inhale. As you exhale, you might just kind of re-anchor into the sit bones here, pull the belly in just a little bit. Each inhale, letting the hands just reach a little higher, more stretch. Each exhale, grounding back down through your seat, through your foundation. This pose is Parvati Asana. It's kind of a seated mountain pose. We want to really feel grounded through our seat. Go ahead and take your gaze up toward the hands now, as long as it feels good for the neck. You want to stay very grounded through your seat, but let energy rise up through the spine, through the chakras here. So a couple more inhale and exhale breaths. All right, as you exhale this next time, go ahead and bring the hands down. Let's just interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and see if you can lift the hands away from the back body just a little bit. Inhale and lift the gaze, open the throat. Exhale, take the chin toward the chest. Inhale and lift the gaze, open the throat, feel that expansion across the heart. Exhale, chin toward the chest. One more time to inhale and lift the gaze. Exhale, chin toward the chest. All right, releasing the hands now. Maybe just roll the shoulders out a couple of times. Bring the hands up to the shoulders. We're gonna just start to circle the elbows around now. And as you do this, I really want you to almost kind of bring your arms forward, round the back just a little bit, kind of scrunch across the chest. And as you open, really try to just free up and open around the sternum in the front of the rib cage. So kind of stirring up this energy of the heart around the ribs. All right, a couple times, let's reverse the motion now, kind of bringing the elbows in the opposite direction. And let your focus be a little bit more around the thoracic spine now, that kind of middle back. And just see if you can feel some stirring and some stretching happening across the back body. All right, a couple times to inhale, open, exhale together. Release the hands down. Maybe you roll those shoulders around a little bit if it feels good. All right, just one more little seated thing here for the neck. Let's take the right hand and bring it up over here to the left side of your head. And as you exhale, go ahead and tip right ear toward right shoulder just a little bit. And then create just a little bit of tension here where the head is pushing into the hand, hand is pushing into the head. We have a nice long left side of our neck here, and just feel things kind of strengthening and stretching. So it's as much strengthening as it is stretching this left side of the neck. Finding comfort here on the right side too though, hopefully not getting too scrunched up. Go ahead and release. And take a moment just to pause. Compare right and left sides. Feel steady and still. All right, let's take the other side. So bringing that left hand up here to the right side of your head. Take a little tip, just bring the left ear toward the shoulder a bit. Let the right shoulder just drop down and away a slight bit. Head's coming into the hand, hand into the head. creating just a little bit of strengthening along the right side of the neck here. A little strengthen and stretch. One more breath. And go ahead and release. One more time. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, bow the chin toward the chest. Inhale, head to center. Let's come on around to all fours. And if you've got the 2 yoga blocks, let's have them up at the top of the mat. All right, so from hands and knees, we're gonna take a few rounds of cat-cow. So we'll inhale here and just drop the belly, lift the gaze, feel a nice stretch from the sternum to the navel. As you exhale, round your back body and tuck your chin, kind of draw your tailbone down toward the earth. Inhale here. This is all about feeling this nice stretch along the upper chest and into the rib cage. As you exhale, find a little bit of stretch along the mid-back. And really let the heart lead the movement forward into the inhale. And let a couple of puppet strings right at the mid-back, the thoracic spine, kind of lift you out of that exhale, into the exhale rather. One more time here. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. All right. Let's take the right leg straight back here and just kind of bounce off the ball of the foot a couple of times. Stretch out that right calf. Have you inhale and lift the right leg straight up. Want to just find a little bit of earthiness here, a little bit of steadiness in our pose. Really get grounded, feel the hands and the knees, the top of the foot into the mat. If you choose, you can also take out the left arm here just to make it a little bit more work, but I want you to stay really grounded. If lifting that extra limb up kind of leaves you feeling a little bit more airy, put that arm back down. This is about just steadiness, grounding. All right, on your next inhale, bring your right foot forward. Place your hands on your blocks here. Lift the back knee up and step the back foot forward. On your inhale, arms are going to sweep all the way up overhead. And exhale, hands to your sides. Inhale, take the arms up now. Little back bend here. Look to the hands. As you exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. We'll inhale, take this halfway lift. So a nice long spine, soft knees. Exhale, use the blocks if you like. We're going to take the left foot back. Left knee down. Inhale and lift the heart. Exhale, step that right foot back. Inhale, left leg straight back. From all fours, just pulse into the ball of the foot a few times. Stretch out that left calf. Inhale and lift the left leg up now. Nice steadiness. Kind of getting into the earth here. Get grounded. Really try to feel all this energy drawing into the center, into the midline of the body, into the belly, into the heart. And take just a couple more breaths here. You have that option to do the right arm too if you like. I'm going to keep my right hand down. I tend to be just a little bit more airy and feel like more contact with the ground is good. All right, on your next inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, just sink into the lunge pose for a moment. Give yourself a little stretch through the hips. Inhale, lift that back knee up. Exhale, left foot forward, or right foot forward rather. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down to your sides. All right, we're going to step the right foot back nice and long now for warrior one. So that back foot is pointed toward the top right corner of your mat. Really sink into this front knee here. Hips are squaring toward the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And just like we did in that opening pose, that Parvati Asana, we're going to really reach the arms up. As you start to find max stretch through the ribs and through the underarms, you can then take your gaze up. Couple breaths here, really stretching, bringing energy into the heart. One more. All right, exhale, take the hands down, both hands plant. I want you to use your blocks here. We're just gonna lift that back foot up into a warrior three. You might bring the blocks right out in front of your mat, directly under your shoulders, just kind of wherever your shoulders land here. Put the blocks right under your shoulders. Turn the right toes down. Nice long line of energy, that foot solidly planting into the earth, finding the core nice and engaged. Just lift that leg just a little bit higher. It's okay if yours is a little bit closer to the earth, just working with your body wherever you're at today. All right, exhale, lowering that leg down. Go ahead and fall into a forward fold, soften the knees here. Maybe just let one knee bend and then the other, a little sway side to side. Beautiful. Inhale and sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to your sides. Take a moment, mountain pose. Just find that connection with the earth. Find your feet, soften your knees. See if you can draw the shoulders back just a little bit, bring the heart forward, just a little bit, being mindful of this energy around the heart. Take a couple of breaths in, let the breath out. All right, now let's take the left foot back. Take warrior one here to the left, foot back. Let this front knee drop toward the middle toe just slightly. Really ground down through the outer edge of that back foot too. That's gonna help you feel a little bit more stable, a little more secure. Let the hips square to the top of your mat. Wiggle your front toes, make sure your foot's fully grounded. And then we'll inhale, arms up. Hands can be separate or bring them together. And just inhale here, finding that opening stretch that we took through the ribs. Keep lifting the heart, finding more stretch in the underarms. When you feel like you're at the max that your ribs can be, you can take your gaze up toward the hands. Only if it feels good for the neck though, right? Don't hurt the neck here. Keep the gaze at the horizon if needed. One more breath. All right. As you exhale, hands down. Lift that back leg up off of the mat. Left leg lifts, warrior three. Hands on the blocks right underneath the shoulders. You might be able to do this pose without the blocks, but I like to use them when we're trying to build some steadiness, when we're trying to really connect with the earth element. We're getting the same benefits here. I actually feel like I'm almost strengthening more to be using the blocks, bringing the earth up to me. If you want to do the pose without the blocks, it's your practice though. You choose, of course. All right, one more breath here. Really lengthen from the heel all the way to the crown of the head. Exhale that back foot down. Now, I'm gonna have you bend into the knees, bring the feet just a little bit closer together, just like you're about to sit in a chair here. And then inhale, arms up. See if you can keep seeing the toes just past the knees. Really feel into the whole foot. Try to notice if more weight's in the heels, bring a little bit more to the ball of the foot. Arms up, maybe bring the hands together. Notice the low back, take the gaze up if you can. Breathing in, let's try to take 3 breaths here. Very heating, but also grounding. Keep your connection to the earth here. Let that fire move toward the belly. All right, inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands down. Taking just a breath or two here. Feeling the effect of the asana. One of my teachers says yoga is not the asana, it's not the posture, but it's how the posture makes you feel. So taking a moment just to notice how the posture makes you feel. All right. Now, I want to take you to a nice, kind of mild, relaxing pose. Straight into it here. Let's go to a restorative fish pose. So, this is where the 2 blocks are particularly helpful, but I will show a modification using a blanket if you don't have the blocks. So, grab your blanket or your blocks. What we'll do is 1 block on the lowest medium setting, I guess you would say this is. I call this the low. So we're gonna have 1 block on the medium, 1 block on the high. Alternately though, if that feels too much, you can go 1 low, 1 medium, okay? What you wanna do is lie down then and have the bottom edge of this block hit you right at the bottom of the shoulder blades. So my shoulder blades right about here, mid-back, I'm gonna have that block hit me there. The other block I'm gonna have hit right pretty much at the back of my skull. There's that kind of ridge right at the back of your head. You wanna just have your head supported here. Little restorative fish pose. So this is one way to do it. You can have the blocks right behind you. If this feels good, you could even take the legs long. If it doesn't feel so good, you can take the feet wider, knees bent, let the knees drop together. If you're feeling any pain in the sacrum, that can sometimes sort of alleviate that. If that still is not working, I want you to really carefully come out of that. If you're there, stay there and relax for a couple minutes while I just show the alternate version here. What I'll have you do as an alternate, if the blocks are too high, is just take a blanket that's all rolled up, have the bottom edge of it right at that same place, right at kind of the bra line or right at the bottom of the shoulder blades, and let your head rest on the blanket, just your shoulders falling off to the sides. So we're all in restorative fish pose here, hopefully. Taking a few moments just to relax, draw awareness into the heart here, feel a little rise around the heart as you breathe in. A little softening of the lower ribs and the belly as you breathe out. Just keeping some awareness around that space at the heart. Couple more breaths here. See if you can really smooth these next few breaths out and try to completely follow the breath in and out. All right. Now, without agitating your energy too much, trying to keep things a little bit more soft and relaxed. You can either kind of roll to the side off the blanket or just lift yourself carefully up using your elbows off of the blocks. As you remove your blocks or blanket from under your back, let's just take our arms onto the ground, back onto the mat. Just lie flat for a moment. Keep breathing in and around the heart here. Take just a couple times to windshield wiper the knees side to side. You can connect breaths, so inhaling the knees up, exhale, let them come down. A couple more times. All right, bring the knees in toward the chest now. Let's just curl up into a little ball here. Take a couple breaths, hugging everything into the midline, bringing all your energy into your belly here. And fully release into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Take your feet nice and wide, arms at your sides. Just let the toes drop out comfortably. If you bring your hands right to your belly, kind of fingertips to touch the navel, and spread the elbows wide, and then let the hands branch out from there. And just soften into the mat here. Just reflecting on this solar energy of doing. Thinking how you might soften where in your relationships or your present situation you might want to soften and just be more present. Bring more of this energy of the heart into any relationship or situation. I'll leave you in Shavasana today. Take as long as you like to rest, reflect, keep breathing and just being with that energy around the heart. And as you are ready to finish your practice today, I'd ask that you carefully, slowly roll to your side and just take a moment to bow forward, honoring your inner light, connecting with your inner light. And the light in me honors and salutes the light in all of you. I appreciate you joining me today. Have a very peaceful day. Namaste.